This video was made possible by EA Game Changers.
Hi guys!
Hey everyone!
Welcome to Make 2. Today is the worldwide release for The Sims Mobile.
Thanks so much to EA Game Changers for flying us out to their headquarters to see the final game before release.
In this video, we're going to help you navigate around the game's interface. We'll explain how to use the game's different menus, all the icons and things you can tap around the edge of the screen. We actually got to chat with the design team who made all of this, which is really cool. They were super passionate and helpful, so shout out to the Sims Mobile UI team.
Now, just a note before we get started, this is the user interface on its first day of worldwide release. If you're watching this video years later and the interface looks different, it's probably because the game's been updated and changed. You're in the future. Congrats!
Dope future. Congrats. Also, if you want to see more Sims Mobile tips and tricks from us in the future, please give this video a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe.
Let's start with the biggest icon on the screen, which is how we deal with the Sims in our household. In the bottom left, you can see little avatars of the two Sims we have in this household. You can see those plus signs next to them. This is because we can later add more Sims into this household.
Now, the biggest avatar, the one on the left, is the Sim we've got currently selected. Tap on him to center him on the screen. Underneath his avatar, it shows how much energy he has. 30 out of 30. If you tap on the energy meter, you get more info about how to refresh your energy, and if it's not full, how long until the next energy recharge.
Tapping on another avatar will switch us to that Sim. This is one at work, so we can quickly go visit him. Because he's working at an event, we get information about the event, the time left, and his progress right there.
In the bottom left, there's this car icon. Tapping this lets you travel with your Sim. Sims at home can either travel to work or to anywhere you select on the map. For Sims not at home, you have a third button here to have your Sim travel home. And if a Sim is busy with an event, you'll see this little star.
Above the car travel button is a person icon. This brings up the menu for the selected Sim. We can see our little Sim on the left, and underneath there's a button to get into the full Creator Sim mode. Here you can edit everything about your Sim: name, features, clothes, and gender. We've got another video showing all of this in more detail, so do go check that out.
We'll start on the Stories tab. This shows all the stories the Sim is currently involved in. This Sim, Cuddles, has 3 stories going on right now.
And if you tap All Stories, we see every single story currently in the game. This is not the place where you choose stories, it's basically just a list of possible stories you can browse through to see what the game has. You'll actually be prompted to do stories as you keep playing normally, and you can choose them then.
We can see there are 3 types of stories: relationship, career, and hobby. In each category, there's a bunch of different stories your Sim can go through. Everything from making enemies to going on a path to enlightenment through yoga.
Let's go to the next section by tapping on the speech bubble. These are all the relationships your Sim has. If your Sim isn't busy, they can quickly start to socialize with anyone here. For each Sim, we can see the relationship level and their traits. Your Sim can have lots of relationships, but we can quickly filter the list of relationship type to find that special Sim you want to interact with.
Okay, the final section, this hexagon icon, shows us our Sim's traits. Each Sim starts with no traits, but they can eventually have up to 4. These give your Sim special abilities like finishing events faster or getting little bonuses.
Let's move on to our tasks and quests. On the bottom right, there's our daily to-do list button. This shows all the tasks we can do to earn extra rewards and money. If you complete the whole list by the end of the day, you earn an extra bonus. Here, we've already completed everything and got that sweet reward.
Above that is the quest button. These are quick, limited tasks, and there's no time limit for them, so they're a nice set of extra activities you can do to get even more bonuses. On this same screen, there's a tab to see available events in town. These are limited time special events which your Sim can join, and they typically last a few hours. At the moment, events only get unlocked at level 12, so don't worry about this section if you're just starting the game.
Now this is the Build Buy button. It's got 6 different sections. There are collections, groups of items that go together in the home or get unlocked from different careers and hobbies. This is the Featured tab, and this is the Buy tab. This is where most household items are, organised by category. The next one is the Build tab for editing rooms, adding doors or windows, that sort of thing, and for some reason at release, countertops are here too. Here's all our storage, anything we've bought that's not placed in our house. Finally, this one is for party decorations for when you throw parties. Now this little arrow on the right is super important. If you want to get a better view of your house, just tap that arrow and all that build by stuff gets out the way so you can build with much more of the screen available. Finally, in the top of the screen on the left, you can see all your relevant currency, so when you're buying things, you know exactly whether you can afford it or not. Spot that little arrow button on the right side of the screen. Tap this to open this big sidebar, which has a whole bunch of stuff going on. We've got more tabs here, 5 down the side of it. Let's look at each in turn.
The top tab is the Party tab. This is where you can find parties, see parties you're already going to, and when you can, host your own parties. I think that's at level 6. Parties are a great way to meet other Sims, see their houses, and earn more rewards.
The next tab is for friends. See your list of friends, tap on them to see their home, or view their profile to do other things. You can have up to 50 friends by connecting your social accounts like Facebook and Origin. You can also see suggestions from EA for other friends you can make, and add a specific friend with a friend code, even without being connected to social networks.
The third tab is Messages. We don't have any messages at the moment, but you can see requests for friends and other things here.
The fourth tab is your inventory. This is where you can see extra stuff you might have won in your game. Tickets come in different types: Home, Sim, and Heirloom, and each type has 3 levels: Normal, Super, and Luxe. They can be spent on furnishing your home or buying clothes or heirlooms for your sim.
At the bottom, you can see your fashion gems too. You get these by giving special stickers to Sims you see in your town. You spend these gems on designing special clothing from a townie Sim named Izzy. The clothing gives you interesting bonuses while your Sim's wearing them.
Okay, the final tab is Settings. This is where you connect or disconnect from social networks, toggle music and sounds, or change the player name. On the help page, you have links to forums and help on the web. If you ever need support from EA, just remember to tap on About on this screen to get info about your game and your player ID, which you'll need to share with EA so they can get you fixed up.
Finally, let's look now at the top of the screen. This bar is used for accessing the in-app store as well as seeing how far along your household is in lifestyle and XP levels.
So on the far left there's the shopping bag. This will bring up a random section of the in-app store. We've got 8 different tabs here for all different sections of the store, featured by Simcash, simoleons, boosts, tickets, chests, heirlooms, and fashion items. At the top left you can see your special currency for the thing you can buy on that tab.
Next to the shopping bag is our simoleons. Tapping on this takes us to the in-app store straight to the simoleons tab. And next to the simoleons is Simcash. Tapping on this takes us to the in-app store straight to the Simcash tab. And you use simoleons and Simcash to buy things for the house.
Right in the middle is a funky looking crystal shape. This is our lifestyle level, which affects your house size and the land you can build on. You can see we're currently at high-end trendy. The icon gets more complex and also changes colour as you improve your lifestyle level. If you tap on it, you get to see lots of detail about your lifestyle. On the right we can see what we can do to improve our lifestyle score, buying stuff for that house, buying clothes, or collecting heirlooms.
On the left, there's a meter showing how far until we get to the next lifestyle level. And then there's the list of all of the lifestyle levels. There are a lot of levels. These are how you unlock a bigger house lot and let your house have more and more rooms. At the time of the game's worldwide release, you start off with only 3 rooms allowed in your house, but you can eventually grow that to 12 rooms as your lifestyle level improves.
The final section of this top bar is your level meter. Currently in this game we're on level 20. And if you tap on that, you can see all the different things that get unlocked at different levels.
So obviously there's a lot you can do and look at from all these different parts of the Sims mobile menu. We might have more videos showing more tips and tricks about the different sections of the game, but we hope you found this video useful. Please let us know how you are finding the game in the comments below.
And if you haven't done so already, please feel free to subscribe. There's plenty more Sims Mobile on the way.
As always, thanks for watching.